Hello there, I'm Black Bright News, and today's Metro headlines. I'd be safer in Somalia are the headlines, and this is about an asylum seeker who's been living in the UK for over 20 years. He's now decided he wants to be deported to go back to Somalia. What are his circumstances? His circumstances is that he left Somalia 20 years ago when they were going through a war, and he came to this country to claim asylum. While he was claiming asylum, he committed a crime, and he lost his immigration status as a result. So he's no longer eligible he no longer qualifies as an asylum seeker. So that he was stripped of his right to work, so he can't work. He's no longer eligible as an asylum seeker, so he's just living rough. And so he now wants to be deported. Now, what are his options? He can actually be deported via the voluntary return service. He doesn't qualify. Well, even though he's got a police record, he can still qualify. It really depends on the severity. They don't say he committed an assault. They don't say if he did time for it or how long he was inside for it, if he even went in prison for it. All we know is that he was convicted of an assault, and that cost him his right to work, and it made him lose his status as an asylum seeker. So he's been waiting 5 months now to be deported. And I'd imagine they're not going to just deport him because it's expensive. They're going to need quite a few people to deport at the same time to the same place. So it's cost effective. Anyway, just so you know, if you're interested, what the UK do about people, foreigners or foreign nationals who live in the UK who want to return who want to go back to where they came from, so to speak. So foreigners in the UK can be paid, I think it's about 2,000 or 3,000, it's not much, but can be paid to return to their home country through a voluntary return program. Typically, they are in the country without permission. When they are in the country without permission, have overstayed their visa, or have had their asylum claim withdrawn or refused. So he does qualify, providing he didn't do more than 12 years inside. So the Home Office may fund their travel and sometimes provide additional financial or medical assistance based on their individual circumstances, though the person is generally responsible for securing their travel documents. Conditions for voluntary return. You cannot have no legal right to remain. That you don't qualify if you've got a legal right to remain. This includes individuals who entered the UK without authorisation or have stayed longer than permitted by their visa. You cannot have withdrawal for refusal to stay. So you may be eligible for assistance if you withdraw your application to stay in the UK, or if you claim for asylum or permission to if your claim for asylum or permission to stay has been refused. Eating my teeth here. So, voluntary decision to leave. You must decide to return to your home country and seek help from the voluntary return service. So there's a certain protocol you have to follow. What support is available? Well, you've got travel costs. The Home Office can arrange and pay for your flight or bus ticket to your home country. Additional support, depending on your circumstances and vulnerability, you may receive financial or medical assistance for your journey and initial integration in your home country. Documentation assistance for Home Office. The Home Office may help you to obtain the necessary travel documents if you have a vulnerability that makes it difficult for you to get them yourself. How to apply? Contact the Voluntary Returns Office or Voluntary Returns Service You can contact the team to learn about the support available and apply to help leave the country. And they'll do all of that for you. Like I said, I think they give you about 2,000. And if you're starting from scratch, it's not much, but it's better than a kick in the teeth. An online application for help to leave the country is also available through the official government website, which is www.gov.uk. I did have something here. An asylum seeker, because I was thinking about this guy. His name is Yusuf. I think I read it to you, but it says an asylum seeker who has been in the UK for 20 years has asked to be sent back to Somalia because he would feel safer there. But he says he still is waiting for a reply. Yusuf left at the African nation as it was in the midst of civil war and has been housed in Nuneaton, but was stripped of his right to work after a conviction for a serious assault. Now, amid protests at hotels, housing migrants and rising hostility towards asylum seekers, he wants to go home. He told Sky News he has been asking to be deported for 5 months, but has yet to hear from the Home Office. Asked if he would feel safer in Somalia, where a civil war is ongoing, than in Warwickshire Market Town, he replied yes, adding the country is not safe. But my country is now safe. I want to go back. Metro newspaper approached the Home Office about the bizarre case, which emerged as Prime Minister Keir Starmer said yesterday he completely gets why the public are concerned about migration and small boat channel crossings. So this goes now into something completely different. But an asylum seeker can lose their right to work if their asylum claim is refused and they've exhausted all appeal rights, or if they applied for asylum out of time, meaning their previous valid visa had already expired. Permission to work can also be revoked for causing delays in their claim, for example through criminal behaviour or failing to cooperate with the Home Office, and for making further submissions that are not genuinely protection-based. So that's how he lost his right to work, because he was involved in a criminal activity. But he is eligible to apply, and maybe that is what he's trying to do. I don't know how successful he'll be. Like I said, eligibility with police record depends on the severity of the offence. If he's received a prison sentence of more than 12 months, if he has an immigration offence leading to deportation. I don't think he's got that because he's been in the country for 20 years. I would have thought he would be here by default, but obviously not. Or if you're under police investigation, then you don't qualify. But there may be many out there who don't even know that there's this service that the government provides for people to go back. They're actually paying for them to go back. And I guess if you've got family over there, or after 20 years, I don't know who he's going to go back to, but who knows people's individual circumstances. So I just thought I'd share that with you. You may find it interesting, you may find it not interesting. You might think, just bloody get rid of them. Why should you be paying for them to go back? Let them go back on their own back. The government can't afford to be paying these immigrants to go back to where they come from. Just stick them on a boat and let the boat sink. You have people who think like that. But the government is thinking, well, if we can get rid of them, let's pay to get rid of them. We got a budget for it. So let them go back and we'll give them a couple of grand. They can't come back in the country. And problem solved. Is the problem solved? I have no idea. What are your thoughts? Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.